TLDR, AI now generates 41% of all code, 256 billion lines in 2024 alone. 82% of developers already use AI weekly, your team probably does too. No code delivers 362% ROI with 90% faster launch times. Time investment 1 to 2 hours per week. To get started, 25% of Y Combinator's current batch has 95% AI-generated code bases. Introduction. We've already talked about why your business needs to rank in AI. Today, we're rolling up our sleeves. Vibe coding isn't just the latest AI buzzword, it's fundamentally reshaping how software gets built. AI now generates 41% of all code globally. That's 256 billion lines of code in 2024 alone. The no-code market is exploding toward $264 billion by 2032. This is why I believe everyone, regardless of where you sit in the business hierarchy, needs to get familiar with it and actually play around with it. We've entered the era of the idea person. For the first time in history, having a good idea is enough. You don't need a technical co-founder. You don't need 50 KLs for development. You just need the idea and the willingness to describe it to AI. Think about that app. You're paying $50 a month for that does 80% of what you want but frustrates you with the missing 20%. Or that internal tool your team desperately needs, but IT says will take 6 months to build. Well, now you can build your own, tailored to exactly what you want it to do without the expensive dev costs or endless waiting. Pay attention now why this matters. Now, I've been experimenting with vibe coding for the past few months, and here's what struck me. This isn't about replacing developers or becoming technical. It's about independence and understanding. Remember when executives who couldn't use email needed assistants to print everything out? We're at that same inflection point with AI-powered development. 82% of developers are already using AI tools weekly. They're not just writing code faster, they're building entire applications with natural language. Tech startups are leading the charge with 73% vibe coding adoption. They're not just building faster, they're building smarter, turning ideas into products in days, not months. The divide isn't between technical and non-technical anymore. It's between those who can directly execute their ideas and those who can't. Try vibe coding. Today, the 5 reasons you need to try. This one, gain radical independence. A client of mine was struggling with a problem in their warehouse. They needed to efficiently calculate the best way to build pallets to meet transportation regulations, a task that previously involved lots of manual steps. Take a spreadsheet, break it up, run calculations, save the information, rinse and repeat. You get the point. When talking to the usual suspects for a custom solution, I got some outrageous quotes. 25K minimum, 12-week timeline. What did I do? I built the entire app using Claude Code in 1 weekend. No BS. And yes, Claude Code even helped me deploy it. Cost $20 for the Claude subscription plus a few hours of my time. Why it works. AI coding tools translate your natural language into functional applications. You describe the vibe and the AI builds the code. It's like having a world-class developer on call 24/7 who never gets tired, never complains about scope creep, and actually understands what you mean when you say, make it more intuitive. 44% of non-technical founders are now building their initial products themselves, not because they want to be developers, but because they want to ship their ideas. Action step today. Sign up for a free Lovable account. Describe a simple app you've always wanted, e.g., build a tool to track my daily reading. Watch it come to life in minutes too. You'll actually understand AI's capabilities, not just the hype. Reading about AI is one thing. Building with it is completely different. When you vibe code, you're having actual conversations with AI about creating things. You quickly learn what it's brilliant at and where it struggles. Why it works. Direct interaction with AI coding tools gives you a visceral understanding of their power and limitations. You'll learn how to prompt effectively, how to refine outputs, and most importantly, what's actually possible versus what's just hype. This hands-on experience is worth more than 100 AI strategy presentations. After 2 weeks of hands-on experience, you'll spot AI BS from across the room. More importantly, when someone pitches you an AI-powered solution, you'll know exactly what questions to ask. Action step today. Take a simple task you do daily, A to G, summarizing meeting notes. Ask a vibe coding tool to build an app to automate it. See how it interprets your request and what it produces. Your BS detector for dev estimates gets calibrated. Last month, a CEO friend called me furious. His dev partner just quoted him 25Ks and 6 weeks for what sounded like a glorified contact form with a database and some smarts. After showing him basic vibe coding, he prototyped it himself in 3 hours. The final version still cost money to build properly, but nowhere near 25K and 6 weeks. This happens every day. Development teams, both internal and external, throw around 6-figure quotes and 6-month timelines like confetti. And without any frame of reference, you just nod and sign the check. Why it works? Hands-on experience with vibe coding gives you a baseline for what's possible. You'll understand that a basic CRUD app, create, read, update, delete, shouldn't take 3 months. You'll know when someone's padding estimates or overcomplicating solutions. Most importantly, you'll be able to have informed conversations about trade-offs between speed, quality, and features. Action step today. Take a recent project that took weeks to build. Try building a simplified version with vibe coding. Compare the time and effort required, looking for an in-depth and complete tutorial on how to get started. Our Insider Room subscribers get our Vibe Coding 101, get instant access, 200 plus AI side hustles to start. Right now, from prompt engineering to AI apps, there are countless ways to profit from AI now. Our guide reveals 200 plus actionable AI business models from no-code solutions to advanced applications. Learn how people are earning $500, $1,000 monthly with tools that didn't exist last year. Sign up for the hustle to get the guide and daily insights. Get the guide, try vibe coding. Today 4. Your vague ideas become concrete requirements. Here's a painful truth. Most software projects fail because of miscommunication, not technical challenges. You have a vision in your head. You explain it for hours. The team nods enthusiastically. 6 weeks later, they deliver something completely different. Sound familiar? The problem isn't that your team doesn't listen, it's that translating ideas into software is like playing telephone through 3 different languages. Details get lost, assumptions multiply, and by the time you see the result, it's too late and too expensive to fix. Why it works? A working prototype is worth 1,000 meetings. It's much easier to get feedback and buy-in on something people can see and interact with. Plus, the process of building forces you to think through edge cases, user flows, and features you hadn't considered. Your vague, we need better visibility becomes a specific, actionable set of requirements. When you build a rough version yourself, even if it's held together with digital duct tape, you can show exactly what you mean. Like this, but better. With a working prototype beats 50 pages of requirements documentation every time. Action step today. Take that vague idea for a new product or feature. Use vibe coding to build a simple, interactive prototype. Share it with your team for feedback. 5. You'll develop real appreciation for skilled developers. After you build something that works, you'll realize why good developers are worth their weight in gold. Your app works, but it's slow. It breaks when 2 people use it simultaneously. It looks terrible on mobile. Why it works? When you understand the power of vibe coding, you'll better appreciate the unique value that your best developers bring. you'll see that their job isn't just writing code, it's architecting systems, solving complex problems, ensuring security, and leveraging AI to amplify their impact. You'll also be able to empower them with better requirements and more realistic expectations. This is when you appreciate the difference between making something work and engineering scalable, maintainable, secure software. Vibe coding doesn't replace developers. It helps you understand their value. Action step today. Have a conversation with your top developers about how they're using AI. Ask what tools and support they need to be even more effective. Invest in their growth and development tools to try your gateway tools. Start this week. Here's a quick summary of tools you can try right now. Tool best for pricing, key features, pros cons, lovable, complete beginners free, 30 credits and month pro, 25-month chat-based interface, instant deployment, 500K plus users, incredibly easy to use, generous free plan, great community, can be limiting for complex apps, credit system bolt. New full stack apps token base 50-month for 50 Wamelas tokens, complete front-end, back-end, or database, Figma integration, built-in hosting, builds real apps fast, zero setup required, 1M plus apps deployed, token pricing unpredictable, can burn through credits. Claude Code advanced users, part of Claude Pro, 20 tal a month, but best on an upgraded plan, 100 plus. Command line tool, works with existing code, MCP integration, extremely powerful, integrates with workflow, most sophisticate steep learning curve, requires terminal comfort. Act now, how to actually get started, not just think about it. Don't wait for the perfect idea. The biggest mistake I see, people waiting for their $1 million idea. Just sign up and prompt something, anything. Try. Build a calculator that shows how much meetings cost based on attendees' salaries. The app doesn't matter, the learning does. Turn daily annoyances into mini apps. Here's my process that actually works. Example pain, point to app workflow. For teacher, pain point. I spend 30 minutes every morning checking multiple dashboards. Ask Claude, turn this into a PRD for a simple dashboard aggregator app. 3. Use the PRD in Lovable. Build me this dashboard app based on these requirements. Result, working prototype in under an hour. Last week, I was annoyed by having to check 3 different places for team updates. This week, I have a single dashboard that pulls everything together. Took 2 hours, set realistic milestones. Week 1, build anything, get familiar with the process. Week 2, build something you'll actually use yourself. Week 3, build something for your team. Week 4, you're now dangerous enough to prototype real products. The 60 to 90-day reality check. Here's the truth. Vibe coding isn't instant mastery. You won't become a developer overnight, but with consistent effort, 2 to 3 hours weekly for 60 to 90 days, you'll start seeing your ideas come to life. Keep it up for 6 months, and you'll wonder why everyone isn't doing this yet. Your first 10 attempts will be ugly. You'll occasionally want to throw your laptop out the window. Real developers will cringe at your code, but you'll also have built tools that solve your specific problems. Save thousands in development costs. Stopped accepting that's just how the software works as an answer. Gained the ability to prototype any idea in hours. According to recent data, non-technical founders using AI tools are reaching $1,010 million in revenue with minimal teams. So the Combinator reports their current batch has the fastest growing, most profitable startups in the fund's history, largely because of AI-powered development. This isn't about becoming a developer. It's about not being left behind while the world reshapes around AI-powered creation. Want to get serious about vibe coding and building products? Join our Insider Room for in-depth guides and frames, works to accelerate your journey, upgrade final thoughts. 3 months ago, I too was skeptical about vibe coding. Another AI hype cycle, I thought. Then I built my first tool, a simple analyzer for our newsletter metrics. It was ugly, slow, and broke constantly, but it was mine, built exactly how I wanted it, solving my specific problem. 5 tools later, I've saved roughly 30K in development costs and countless hours of waiting and explaining. More importantly, I've stopped being dependent on others to execute my ideas. The question isn't whether vibe coding will become essential, it's whether you'll start learning it now while it's an advantage, or later when it's a requirement. Like I said, it's becoming like Excel or driving, and right now most people are still walking. But in the era of the idea person, those who can turn thoughts into products will thrive. We are out of tokens for this week's context window. Questions about vibe coding or want to share your journey? Reply to this email or drop a comment on X at @ohashisiva. Keep reading and learning and lead the AI revolution. P.S. If you do try vibe coding this week, reply and let me know what you built. I'm genuinely curious what problems people solve when they can finally build their own solutions. Hashi and the Context Window team. Follow the author, X, at @hashisiva, Gishachi, LinkedIn.